In a world shrouded by darkness, being driven further down the path of destruction, mired by ever-increasing cruelties and injustices, emerges a crucial voice for peace. At this pivotal juncture, by the grace of Allah Almighty, and in accordance with the guidance of Hazrat Sayyidina Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper, Majlis Qudam al-Ahmadiyya Canada convened a special event in Ottawa, Canada, by Parliament Hill on Monday, December 4th, titled Voices for Peace. In this gathering, members of Parliament and influential members of society united to denounce the loss of innocent lives, the grave injustices taking place in Palestine, and to forge pathways towards peace. True to tradition, the event commenced with the recitation of the Holy Quran.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
An introduction to the event was given by respected Salman Mangla Sahib, Naib Sadr Majlis Qudam al-Ahmadiyya Canada. A multimedia presentation was delivered by respected Maulana Musli Shambur Sahib, shedding light on the horrors currently unfolding in Palestine.
So as I share my thoughts and feelings with you all today, our lives here in Canada remain largely unchanged. We carry on with our routines, and despite seeing graphic images and videos daily for the past 2 months, we can never truly understand the gravity and depth of the suffering in Gaza. I see parents and young children searching for each other in the streets, frantically digging through rubble and debris to find something or someone familiar. They identify each other by their hair, their favorite clothes, their nail polish, or any hint of the normal life they once had. Mothers lovingly write their names on their children so that when they are blown to bits and strewn across their neighborhood streets, someone can say which family they used to belong to.
The impactful presentation was followed by remarks from MP Salma Zahid.
What we have seen so far has been horrific. It is unimaginable, and yet, for our brothers and sisters in Gaza, it is a daily lived reality. Over 15,000 innocent civilians killed. Over 6,000 children killed. Homes demolished. Hospitals destroyed. According to the international law, in conflict, civilians must be protected. That is not happening.
The highlight of the event were the messages of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper, regarding the ongoing conflict delivered in his Friday sermons from October 13th to present.
पिछले चंद दिनों से हमास और इसराइल की जंग चल रही है, जिसकी वजह से अब दोनों तरफ के शहरी औरतें, बच्चे, बूढ़े बिला इम्तियाज़ मारे जा रहे हैं या मारे गए हैं। इस्लाम तो जंगी हालात में भी औरतों, बच्चों और किसी तरह भी जंग में हिस्सा न लेने वालों के कत्ल की इजाज़त नहीं देता।
Beloved Huzur, may Allah be his helper, emphasize the disparity in the ongoing tragedies. How despite the end of the ceasefire, the Israeli government is bombarding and attacking every part of Gaza with even greater force than before.
लेकिन अब जो इसराइल की हुकूमत कर रही है वो भी बहुत ख़तरनाक है, और ये मामला अब लगता है कि रुकेगा नहीं। कितनी बेहिसाब जानें मासूम लोगों और औरतों और बच्चों की ज़ाया होंगी, इसका तस्वुर भी नहीं किया जा सकता। इसराइली हुकूमत का तो ये ऐलान था कि हम गज़ा को बिल्कुल मिटा देंगे, और उसके लिए बेशुमार बेतहाशा बम्बारमेंट की उन्होंने, राख का ढेरी कर दिया शहर।
Then, in his address, respected Sadr Majlis Qudam al-Ahmadiyya Canada showcased to the gathering how Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper, is the ambassador for peace.
In a letter to our Prime Minister of Canada in 2020, His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, wrote, "Your government should strive to ensure the peace and security of society, both within your country and at a broader international level. I sincerely request that you uphold the demands of the justice and integrity by seeking to fulfill the rights of your own people and of the all other nations."
After which, an address was delivered by the chief representative of the Palestinian General Delegation to Canada, Ambassador Mona Abu Amara.
We are people who are struggling and have been struggling. We are people who have been prosecuted for 75 years. And I can tell you, my grandfather, who was kicked out from his house in Safad when he was young, is still living in a refugee camp after 75 years. And that is not fair. It's not in any way acceptable. And that is why we are here today. That is why we are talking about what's happening in Gaza today. Because accountability has never been implemented when it comes to Israel. Palestine has been always the exception to the protection of the free world, and Israel has been exempt from adhering to any of the rules that it needs to implement.
Respected Maulana Farhan Iqbal Sahib delved into the intersection of Islam and human rights.
The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessings of God be upon him, mentioned in his farewell address, farewell sermon, "You are all brothers and are all equal. None of you can claim any privilege or any superiority over any other. An Arab is not to be preferred to a non-Arab, nor is a non-Arab to be preferred to an Arab, nor is a white man to be preferred to a colored one, or a colored one to a white man, except on the basis of righteousness."
While respected Maulana Naveed Mangla Sahib highlighted the pivotal role of Sir Chaudhry Zafarullah Khan Sahib in highlighting this injustice at its onset in 1948 to the UN General Assembly.
In 1947, Sir Chaudhry Zafarullah Khan, who was the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, later became the President of UN General Assembly, and was also the first Pakistani judge for ICJ, and a prominent member of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, delivered a very important speech regarding this conflict in the United Nations. He famously said, "The United Nations is today on trial. The world is watching and will see how it acquit itself."
The event concluded with silent prayers and a moment of reflection, followed by light refreshments.